I wanted to make a video on what's going on in this time, and this one is for July 2025. The time we're in is so unbelievably profound, and it can be so easy to overlook if you're in your small, separate self. Right now, in this time, and always has been, is a space that exists around you. This space that's around you right now and within you is connected to all that is. It's a permanent truth. It's full of ideas. It's full of abundance. It's full of worthiness. It's full of freedom. It's full of peace. And it's nothing to the ego. The ego is much more interested in the content of the field than the field itself. The ego is much more interested in temporary things, and it likes to make the temporary things permanent. For instance, if you're in a bad mood, the ego can trick you into you'll always be in the bad mood. If you're in a good mood, the ego can trick you into that you'll always be in a good mood. If a circumstance happens, your mind can trick you and say, this will always be this way. But the space here is actually the permanent thing. It's always here. And it wants you to know that it's for you to connect to, because the issues in our life and even the results of our life are all passing. The more you allow yourself to connect to the space, the more you can leave the addiction to the temporary. If you're connected to the temporary, you're connected to things that'll die. And if you're connected to things that will die and you think that's you, you're going to always feel stressed, always feel sad, always feel lost. You're tricking yourself. The truth of what you are is this space. The body can change while you're still in it. All ideas you have can change. Circumstances in the world can change. And yet, even when these things change, including your beliefs, including your body, you're still here, which means you cannot be those temporary things. You must be this all that is field, this space. I want to dare you to receive this space. Take a second and receive the peace that's here. It can be easy to overlook because the ego wants to find drama in your life, drama in the world, so that it has something to fix. And the huge mistake we make is we think that's what we are. I'm the one who achieves an outcome, often because I sabotaged the outcome. I'm here to feel like I achieved something, like I overcame something, and that's amazing. But there's a field that's even higher that these issues can just fall out of. The issues of your life, since they're temporary, can fall into the infinite field that you are right here. And our problem has always been that we haven't been able to receive. All day, most of us are in a field of peace, yet we find chaos. All day, abundance is trying to come to us through ideas if we would just listen to this field. But we don't look at that. We look at where our problems are. We go, I'm broke here, I have this issue here. And then the fixer can kick in and go make those results, which is a small self. It's actually like a 5-year-old version of you trying to achieve results versus receive the peace and the results that are here in this field. Receiving is an interesting thing. A lot of us think of it as a job. I got to receive. But really all receiving is not sabotaging all the things that are trying to come into your life. Sometimes you might be offered an amazing relationship and your ego will kick in and go, what's this person want from me? And sometimes you might be offered money and be like, what's the catch? Sometimes an idea will come and you'll be like, I'm not worthy of doing that. This is the ego sabotaging the receiving so it can egoically achieve its outcome that it wants. That egoic structure is dying in this time. And it's going to turn out as we keep going, the only way we're going to move forward is by meeting the receiver, by just receiving and not getting in the way of so much peace and joy and abundance that's here. You're going to see as you move into the next months that the ego is on its last legs and it cannot make it work. And you'll notice how many things that you've tried to make through forced effort don't work anymore. It's because there is a higher field of peace available. things change around this field. Where when you move up in your vibration by connecting to the field, you discover that this field can transcend some addictions. This field can transcend a lot of your story. This field doesn't care about your past. It'll transcend your past. This field, you'll realize, will show you you can't even go to your past. You're only now. So we let go of our story the more we receive the field. We let go of our limitations the more that we receive how abundant we are. And we're here in this time to just receive. And you'll watch as I say that the ego goes, well, he doesn't know my story, or I can't receive. You have a false I going on. And that's what's dying. And it'll feel painful if you keep defending it and acting like you are your past and you are someone with all these problems that you have to egoically overcome. Right now, the peace would like you to just sit in it, transcend some false loneliness, transcend some false boredom, and find the wholeness of the now. No matter what the issue is in your life, it's life trying to get you closer to your connection to the truth of what's here, this field, the now, leaving the you that is so addicted to the past and the future, that's moving based on shame or guilt or fear, because that's the family you grew up in and that's what you're used to. Even if you're used to it and have been that your whole life, it's still not the truth of what you are. And life right now is requiring us to be courageous and transcend this separate self who makes it happen through force and receive the God you, the love you, the now you, the healed you, the free you. Let it be felt for a while. Yes, egoic patterns and fears and traumas will come up and they need to be heard, but they need to be heard from the new field, from a field of unconditional love and space. You'll still feel a bunch, but you might notice lately that the ego you is really falling apart. And a mistake we make is we keep saying, I'm falling apart. You could also say, it's falling apart, she's falling apart, he's falling apart, but it's falling apart because you can't help but start to get more and more in the now. And if you keep fighting for the old world, it's going to go down and you will go down with it. But the more you allow yourself to receive the true essence of what you are, the freedom of what you are, you will realize that you are unconditional love, you are abundance, you are joy, and this field contains so many answers, so much safety, so much freedom, and so much healing. That's what this time is about, really paying attention to the thing that's true. This space around you is the real world. People often say to me at events, that's great, Kyle, but what about the real world? And to them, the real world is when you ignore this space, ignore this field, don't truly feel deeply and find something that's wrong so you can fantasize about a bad thing that could happen so your ego feels like it can overcome it. That won't work anymore. This field is real. And you'll notice if you just look in your past, you'll go, I haven't really paid that much attention to it. I'm used to feeling a normal sense of chaos because I look for the content of the field, the stressful stuff in the field, so I can find an issue and I can overcome it. Well, today, whether you got issues in your life or not, I dare you to just listen to this space. And you'll start to realize you'll feel kind of a softness to your issues. You'll feel maybe the issues aren't the total truth, and maybe life is moving me into the true truth of what I am, into the freedom of what I am. And that's what July is going to be about, meeting the receiver and watching as things miraculously heal that were things that your ego tried to fix, but never could fix. And the second you start to truly receive the receiver, and you start to truly receive the space and truly receive that everything is truly okay, and allow yourself to feel it, you will see the issues in your life transcend. But if you try to feel the field so they transcend, they won't, because you're still unconsciously claiming those issues in your life are more your God, then the field, then source. So it's up to us to finally become courageous enough to just be. Stop putting out the fires that the ego created. Stop putting out fires in the world because you're looking for fires to put out. that you is ready to go. We're really here to meet source and prove energetically through our actions that we understand that it's got it, that we don't have to constantly be the one to fix everything and everyone in the world, that the plates that we're spinning eventually need to fall so we can merge with source, create a new vibration, and actually create healing for others, not through our egoic effort, but through our response and our connection to the field. The more you connect to the field, the more you're going to see the world will mirror that you connected to the field. The more you really go and move into everything's okay, not from denialism, not from an egoic self that's denying the ego, but actually connecting to the essence of what you are, you're going to be shocked at what just starts to happen in a way that the ego would never think could happen. We're moving to a miraculous time, and we're going to experience things that defy egoic logic. That's all a miracle is. Something that's beyond what the ego could ever understand. That's all it is. But there's a lot the ego doesn't understand. And everything the ego doesn't understand is truly a miracle. It doesn't understand how far the universe goes. It doesn't understand what happened before you were born. So those are things that we'd be in awe of if we open our hearts. And the more you listen to the field, the more those things will start to explain themselves. The more you'll be able to hear things in the miraculous realm. The more you'll just be in awe just because you exist, and you'll be in awe with all of life. And that will create a different vibration in your cells, in your heart, in your family, in the people around you, and on the whole planet. So it's time to meet the receiver. I'm excited to announce that July 26th, we are going to be doing an event that is free for every member of Infinite Expansion called Meet the Receiver. It's going to take place July 26th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific, and I want to dare you to join us. If you join us on Infinite Expansion, you can spend a month just watching different content and then join us for the Meet the Receiver event. This is an event you cannot miss. This event is designed to help you free yourself of the stress that sits in your body because you're connected to the egoic self, create room for much more joy, much more abundance, much more inner peace, and release the story of the separate self that we've been so attached to and so attached to fixing. None of that's what you are. And it's time for us to practice meeting the receiver. That's what the entire month of July is about to be about on Infinite Expansion. The entire month is going to be about receiving the peace, receiving the freedom, receiving the joy, receiving the abundance, and from that space, watching as the egoic self falls out. The number one reason I'm on this planet is to know what I am and then really experience the amazing things in my life through that knowing, through that appreciation, through that joy. And from there, watch how many magical things show up in my life to match the magic that I've connected to. I want to offer you, that's a really amazing intention for being on this planet. And it can answer that ongoing question that us spiritual seekers have, which is, why am I even here? What's the point? Why am I doing all this? Well, to me, moving up in vibration and connecting to the field and seeing and feeling the truth of what I am is the number one reason. And then I can bring that to my family, to my friends, to my community, and to you. Join me in receiving the abundant, powerful, joyful you, July 26th, and all month on Infinite Expansion. You're not going to be able to come back from it. You're going to just move forward. It's time to meet the receiver.